back with another video. You hear me, bro? First things first, top of the morning, good morning to y'all. Sorry about that kid consistency the last few days and stuff like that. I know it's no excuses, but the boys just overcoming a fever and stuff like that, so gotta bear with me. But I like to say first things first, how's y'all morning going, this, that, and the third? Sorry, I am fresh thing off them. Feel me? I just woke up. So, only thing I did literally was brush my teeth. So, y'all got to bear with me through this video. For me, I let my data download this and the third. But for me, as you can see as the title, we're going to be talking about NFL draft. For me, day one recap. I'm not going to lie. Like, I watched till maybe pick like 15-ish. Of course, I mainly wanted to see what my Eagles did. You know, you get me, bro? Because we had around 10 pick. I mean, keep saying around. We had a pick 10, but then we had traded up. But yeah. So for me, without further ado, we just gonna quick dive in. I'm not gonna talk about the whole day on the draft. I'm probably gonna quick talk about like first like to 12, 15, the ones that I remember seeing this and the third. So, because y'all already know the draft takes like 3 years. So without further ado, we're just gonna get into it. And like I said, I was watching it, but then I was turning back and forth to the Hawks and Celtics game. Good game, great game, by the way. And I will be looking at my phone for some of these because I did write some things on my notes I wanted to say. And then again, like I said, it is first thing in the morning. I just woke up, so not everything I'm gonna remember, but no. But first things first, who had the first round pick was first job pick or whatever was the Panthers, and of course, you know, they picked Bryce Young. They was gonna get a quarterback because they literally had no quarterback, and that's a good pick. He has the accuracy and everything. I mean, he has a nice flourish on his game, his awareness. They was comparing him to yesterday, his offensive awareness to Stephanie Curry, because like how patient he is. And the reason why they also had called him that is because, you know, Bryce Young, if you guys don't know, I'm pretty sure y'all aware, he's short. I'm taller than Bryce Young because I'm 6'2". He's 5'10", 5'10 and a half. And you know, being short in the NFL, it's crazy because how can you really like even look over your offensive alignment, you know? But that's kind of Kyler Murray's problem because he's extremely short. But the thing is, because they were also comparing like archetypes, like their body type wise, they were saying to him and it was like how Baker and Kyler Murray, they're just a little more like stout to him, but he still got good accuracy, just in the third. And again, like they compared him to Curry in his Davidson days, if you know, you know, because they used to say he's too small, just after. But now look at him. But the second pick was the Houston Texans, and they had gotten a quarterback to C.J. Stroud, which was a good pickup because Texans, they definitely do need a quarterback. Because what was his name? I think his name was David Mills, I believe. That's their quarterback for the Texans. You could correct me if I'm wrong, because I don't really pay attention to the Texans. The only time is when we play them in, for me. But yeah, because they do have a great running back. He's a power. I think he was a rookie last year. I will put his name in on the screen somewhere. But I know he was a power back. Like when we played them, like he kept going. He kept like just running into our DBs, and they was just like he was just eating them hits. So they got a good pick with C.J. Stroud, and then they had their it's crazy because they was really right after again because they had traded with the Cardinals, so they ended up picking literally right after, and they ended up picking a linebacker from Alabama, Will Anderson Jr. And I know the Eagles, we was looking at him because, you know, definitely, again, as Eagles fans, you know, our linebacker play is, you know, especially with Kaiser White going and all that, and it's not really not really looking too good. I mean, we had Nicole Dean, so hopefully, I really wanted him to get more reps last year, but for me, but that just goes show because he's definitely gonna get more reps this year. And in the little games that he did play, he's a run stopper too. So, because I know he played a little bit against the Titans near the end when we was like spanking them and everything. So they ended up getting a good pickup. The fourth pick, Anthony Richardson, quarterback, the Colts from Florida. See, the thing is like about like with the draft and everything, like I get the combine, like your vertical, just that and a third, your like your speed, your like your dash, 40-yard dash and all that. I get that in certain positions or certain aspects that does matter, but like as a quarterback, I don't really think that matters, cause like realistically, like I get it, like yeah, some situations like you might have to hurdle someone, and that's rare, cause depending on like what kind of your kind of game, but when for the most part does a quarterback really need to like be jumping like 6 feet in the air? You know what I mean? So it doesn't really matter, but seeing them, and this may be a little controversial take, but I'm not to say it, but I'm gonna see regardless. But you get me, bro, because we're wrong on cut over here. I say what the fuck I mean what the freak I want. What I want. But them picking a black quarterback, it's crazy. In the first round too, it's crazy. I don't expect that, but you get me. You get me, bro. So the fifth pick, the Seahawks picked a cornerback, Devon Witherspoon. And I'm not gonna lie, that is a good pickup to side him with Tyreek Woolen, who they just also received last year. The Seahawks picked in last year's draft, who is a stud. That back end is going to be nice. I'm telling you. You see, you ever notice how that's how they if you ever notice about with the Seahawks, that's really like they pay attention to like details on the defensive end to a certain extent, especially when it comes to their back end. Like, look, when they had Cam Chancellor, who else? They had who else? Earl Thomas to, you know what I mean? So it was like, y'all know. So it's just like and then look, like I said, now they have Tyreek Woolen to now Devon Witherspoon. So I feel like that is a good pickup. Definitely a good pickup for them. And you can just add on. I feel like honestly though, what they really should have picked up is on offensive lineman, because the online could definitely need some kind of work. But defense still also win the game. So, but your online wins you championships to a certain extent, because who's going to protect your quarterback, especially Geno Smith after they just paid him. He just got a bag, which he rightfully deserves, because got them to the playoffs when they wasn't even supposed to make the playoffs. But so shout out to Geno Smith. Love seeing a black man win. Okay, was the Cardinals. They end up getting, and they had draft, like I said, they just had traded and stuff. So they ended up picking an offensive tackle. Offensive tackle again. I'm letting y'all know right now, like some of the stuff I do know off the top of my head. And again, I do keep looking on my phone, my notes, because I wrote them down, because I know I wasn't gonna like remember most of this off the top of my head, especially this bright in the morning. But they had gotten an offensive tackle, Paris Johnson Jr. from Ohio State, and that is a great pickup, because they definitely need any kind of offensive lineman that they can get. Especially like if you've seen the way they looked last year, they just crumbled. Well, obviously within the last 2-3 years, they underachieved, because I believe it was like 2 years ago, they had one of the best starts in the NFL, and then Kyler Murray got hurt, and then from there they just went, and then the same year after, and then DeAndre Hopkins missed a few games, almost half the season to a certain extent. So of course, when you lose any kind of caliber, lose a receiver of that kind of caliber, of course you're gonna take a few steps back. But that's a good pick for them, because little Kyler Murray does not have to keep running for his life, bro. You see his little legs too, like Paul, but when he be running, bro, you ever see that nigga that from Looney Tunes, me, bro.
What? Bro, what are you talking about?
Okay, but yeah. So the seventh pick in in the draft was the Raiders, and they ended up getting a defensive end, Tyree Wilson from Texas Tech. And I will say that is, again, tremendous pickup, because you know also too, especially if you're a Raider fan, if you're watching, that defense has been trash for honestly my whole lifetime. I'm 22, so your defense has been trash mostly my whole lifetime, especially in the more recent years, especially with Derek Carr. Y'all have never had like not even a top 15 defense, like, and that's why I honestly felt so bad for Derek Carr to a certain extent, because like, yeah, he's not like a home run hitter, but he still will take you, like, for me, he like that one year when I believe when he was about to win MVP, but I think he broke something, and then it was just shattered, and then it just went from there, and for me, but that was a great pickup, because I know they was gonna look at quarterbacks, but they ended up getting Jimmy G. So getting somebody on the defensive side of the ball is something good and great way to add on to the roster, because I know they also got our safety Marcus Epps in this all season. So that's another addition that they can add to their defense. I will say, don't not no hated by shit, but Marcus Epps, yeah, he's kind of mid. He's a hard hitter though. He really is a hard hitter. So eighth pick. The eighth pick. Well, I already know this one. Y'all, this one had me so mad. The Falcons got Bijan Robinson, and the thing is, as Eagles fans, like, of course, we wanted him if he was still up on the board, but I feel like if we would have got him, it wouldn't really been necessary. It wouldn't have been a necessity. What the fuck? A necessity. It was been just like, cause he's there. But they end up picking him up, and Falcons are more of a, especially with how they still have Patrick Patterson. They had him last year, but they're still a run first team, and it's like, so even with Bijan Robinson, like, he's just gonna change their offense tremendously. So I feel like that was not bad of a pickup for them. I feel like they could have gone elsewhere, but it's a start. They still do have Kyle Pitts, but the thing is, like, with that is that man don't ever really get any targets, because again, they're more of a one first team. And but yeah, again, so it's not. I'm just mad that I did kind of want him, but who we picked, well, we had the next pick, because we had traded upwards with the Bears, because rumors was they were trying to get Bijan as well if he was still available. But who we picked was, I feel like, one of the best, if not the best, player in the draft. If it wasn't for his off the field issues, he probably would have been taken earlier. But Jalen Carter. See, of course, everybody can have their issues and chime in on what he did off the field and appearing to the combine 10+ pounds out of weight or whatever. You know what I mean? But for me, I'm not gonna really indulge into that, because I read about it and I'm tapped into it, but I'm not tapped in like too much to speak on someone else's XYZ going on, and I'm not gonna just spill a bunch of incorrect facts and something I'm not really tapped in and stuff like it on like that. So you get me, bro. So I'm not gonna speak on that. But more of the story is, I feel like we just got to steal. And them letting us get the best player in the draft is crazy. So what is that, Super Bowl bound again? You get me, bruv. But yeah. So I'm extremely excited about that for me, and I definitely do need an Eagles jersey, because I have beanies, I have sweaters and stuff like that, but I have shirts. I don't have an Eagles jersey. The last Eagles jersey I honestly have, believe it or not, was down there in Ave jersey. And every time I try to get a jersey, we freaking trade them or let them freaking go. So I'm freaking doing that. Because I wanted a Zach Ertz jersey, boom, we sent him off to the Cardinals. And second, I wanted a Miles Sanders jersey. I wanted a Miles Sanders jersey since the day we drafted him from Penn State. And I've been slacking because y'all know sometimes, not sometimes, them jerseys is bread. And not a lot of time I just be having $100 just to throw on a jersey. So, but I will be getting, I definitely will be getting a jersey this season, this upcoming season. I promise you that. But, so the 10th pick in the draft is from the Bears, of course, guys. Like I just said, we just traded with them. So they picked up offensive lineman, Darrell Wright. And that is a good pickup too, again, because you do not, especially with them. I'm not gonna lie, the Bakers have been making good moves this offseason because they decide. Because remember, at first they was tempting to even like stick with Justin Fields, especially after like some of the stuff he was saying about like a dome and stuff like that. Like, bro, that's literally when you're on benefits and playing in Chicago is the weather is on your side when y'all play. You know that, right? But anyway, yeah, they end up picking up a lineman for him, so that's great. That's great because that team I think only won like 3 or 4 games this year, and of course with his play, like he's extremely like he's electrifying. He has wheels on him and stuff like that. But then also too, like for him to progress and to get better as a pocket passer, you need time in the pocket. So so I respect that as that for them picking up it's alignment because you definitely need that. But they did make some good moves in this offseason. They picked up what was it? One of the Emmons brothers from the Bills. No, was it from the Bills or was he still on the Bills or? More story is I think he was on the Bills still. They picked up one correct me if I'm wrong, but they picked up one of the Edmonds brothers, and then who they end up trading for DJ Moore. They got Chase Claypool. So you know they kind of got some weapons around, and they're starting to they're making little moves to improvement. And they end up also picking up TJ Edwards from us. It's a good tackler, a linebacker, great tackler. So they're making some moves home, but on to the next pick 11, Titans. Titans end up picking alignment too, and I don't want to butcher his name because I know we was looking at him too. Peter Skoronsky, Mike Prozowski.
Today? Wazowski.
But his name is Peter Skoronsky. And I know we was looking at him too because you gotta remember, and also too, we did lose Isaac Asamalo. So you do wanna help build that offensive line. And then who else we lost? We lost Andre Dillard, but we still have good backups. Again, I'm sorry, like I'm not a Eagles fan. I know a lot of this stuff off the top of my head, but I literally only been up for an hour and some change, if even an hour. But so and then the offensive line is getting older, like so. Of course you wanna still build with the offensive line, but Titans they did get a good lineman, and then also too like the thing is like again they're another run first team, and then excuse me, you have Derrick Henry, and then I don't know what they're I don't know what they're gonna do with their quarterback decision. I don't know if Ryan Tannehill is still gonna start, or depending on how many reps or like how Malik Willis is looking by the time season starts, he might even get it. But again, he's a running quarterback as well that kind of got some wheels on him. So again, you want to protect him, stuff like that. So that's a good pickup for them. So on to the third pick, on to the 12th pick. The Lions. See, and I don't understand. And again, like I said, they obtained this from the from the Texans to the Cardinals. I don't know, Jahmyr Gibbs. I'm sure that's how you pronounce your first name. I apologize if I'm wrong, but they picked a running back, and at first I kind of thought it was a good pickup, but then I kind of like I slept on it, and now I'm like thinking about it. Kind of don't really make sense depending on because you already have 2 halfbacks, depending on what they're gonna do with DeAndre Swift. DeAndre Swift, he's nice. He is nice. Remember what he did to us at the beginning of like when that was our season opener. He was frying us. But DeAndre Swift, he's nice. But depending on what they're gonna do with that, I honestly thought maybe they would have got maybe like another skills position, like wide out maybe, or even like a tight end, because especially since they traded T.J. Hawkinson to, it makes no sense. Why would you trade someone and you're you're the same division? But I'm not the GM, so don't ask me. But for me, now I'm thinking about it, it's not really a kind of smart move. I feel like they should have went again. See, the problem was, it wasn't their problem last year. The problem was never scoring on offense. It was just getting a stop. They couldn't stop a parked car for nothing. But they're already on the come up because they went 9-8 last year. So I mean, I just feel like again they should have got something like a linebacker or something, or maybe a corner. But I feel like that's what they should have done. And now, like again, like I slept on it. Now I'm thinking about it. It's like maybe that wasn't the best decision they could have done. But I mean, again, I'm not the GM, so who am I to freaking say? Who freaking cares what I say? Packers. I know the Packers are punching the air because I never ever pick a wideout or a tight end anything in the first round. You end up getting a DN from Iowa, Lucas Van Ness. That name's kind of tough. I ain't gonna lie, but yeah. I mean, I did need a DM because also too, I did lose one of the Smith brothers and stuff like that, and so I definitely. But again, I could have picked up that one wide receiver. I don't know how to pronounce his name, but I just know the Seahawks had picked him up later in the round. They had picked him up, but I should have getting him. But Packers gonna do Packers things, and then I'm just gonna say I'm just gonna go off with two more, and then because this video is already at 20-some minutes. The Steelers ended up getting offensive tackle Broderick Jones from Georgia, and I will say something about too, because we've been getting everybody from Georgia. Like we got Georgia's mostly the whole defense. And I like that too because like, especially with Jalen Carter, and we have a lot of veterans in our locker room to help him with I know definitely that would get on his ass to help him with those off court issues so we won't have to deal with it. And I know how Nick Sirianni is, he will be in his face too, because I've seen like there have been plays even when like not I think maybe this year, but I know it was like last year when Jalen Hurts would like do something or mess up, like he would be right in Nick Sirianni would be right in his face and whatever. And the thing is, Jalen Hurts is accustomed to that because his dad was a coach, so he knows like all that. And he likes that pause. So for me, but that's but yeah, the Pittsburgh Steelers, their defense is always good. They always get like a good like low key always either a stud wide receiver that's slept on, or they always get somebody that's good in the on the defensive end. And I'm just gonna say one more: the Jets. The Jets then I'm getting a linebacker, Will McDonald the fourth, and from Ohio State. I feel like that's good. I mean, they already have one of the best defenses coming into this off season, this upcoming season, I should say. But I guess you can add to it. I would say honestly, like, because they still got Bryce Hall coming back. They got Lazard. I think didn't they get Sammy Watkins? So they got. I feel like they still should have like drafted a wideout, to help Aaron Rodgers. So a little more, but that's just me. For me, I'm not gonna lie. Probably just gonna cut the video short right here because it's already 24 minutes, and you get me, bro. I'm not gonna be rambling the whole time because I don't talk for my health. But get me. I feel like I ain't gonna lie. I'm just gonna skip to the 30th pick. I'm just gonna say randomly. We got. I don't want to pronounce his name. Like I literally do not want to pronounce this man's name wrong, bro. But let me see. I'm just studying his name. Nolan Smith. Nolan Smith, a linebacker from, again, Georgia. I feel like, again, I like how we get a lot of these Georgia players on defense because they're already gonna have like tight the camaraderie and like playing together. They're gonna have that chemistry to center third, so they're kind of already gonna like know what it's like playing with one another. It's just center third, just adapting to our defensive scheme and our you know, how our plays are running, how we do things over here. But I mean, I'm definitely satisfied. I kind of feel like though, person we should have still like he was still on the board was, I believe, was his name was Joey Porter Jr. He was a corner for Penn State, and if he's still up there, I don't know what round we have. I don't know what pick we have this upcoming round, but I feel like we should have picked him up. But the thing is, like, we still do have two shutdowns on one of the two best cornerback tandems in the NFL. So even though Darius Slay, he's getting up there in kind of age, but the thing is he already knows how we play and stuff like that. So it's like, but I still think if he's up there for next round, by the time we pick, we should still try to get after him. But for me, that's all for today's video. I know I was trying to keep it short. Like, look, like I said, well, the draft takes already 3.5 hours. Like, nah, I cap. Like, 3.5 years, bro. That shit takes 3.5 years. It's all, like, for multiple days. It takes mad long. So, and look, I only talked about, like, 12, 15 picks has already been a half an hour. And I don't even got no commercials, no nothing, no ads. So, just me straight talking. So, for me, but I appreciate y'all for tuning in. I will, again, I apologize for not being as consistent. I was being out sick because of dogs, just had stuff like that. But for me, I do have, like I said, I have plans for making to the first round of the playoffs are about to be over. Because me personally, I believe the Kings are losing at Oracle. So I hope you're making a video on the first round. But appreciate y'all for tuning in. Like, comment, subscribe, tell a friend. You get me, bro. And go Birds before I leave. Go freaking Birds. And I ain't gonna lie, I get it was at Kansas, but did they really have to show Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce showing that bum-ass trophy? Like, I wish they would have dropped it, but that's just me. But for me, I appreciate y'all. Like, come subscribe, tell a friend,